all my beautiful souls. I hope that you are all doing amazing. I hope that you all had an amazing holiday and got everything that you ever wanted. I hope that you had a beautiful time connecting with family and loved ones and enjoyed your holidays. I cannot believe that this year, 2019, is coming to an end so quickly. It's just happening so fast. I cannot believe how fast this year has gone by. It's been amazing. 2019, I have to say, and I've gone through so many changes throughout my lifetime, but this year, 2019, has been the most profound transition and transformation that I have encountered. So many changes, up-leveling, realizations, self-love, so much standing in my power. And I know that so many of us have gone through a really rough period in 2019. But just know that all of that you went through was happening for a reason. You know, it's just the universe's way of saying, okay, we need to clear out the clutter. We need to clear out the old ways of being so that we can start fresh in 2020, this new decade. Get rid of all of those things that no longer serve us. You know, if you really did the work as it was showing up and did the healing and got through a lot of the changes that you went through for the 2019, I'm telling you, 2020 is going to be amazing for you. And you know why? Because you did your work. You connected to yourself. You stood in your power. You took your power back. You learned what unconditional love is for yourself. As rough as those tower moments and those shifts and those changes have been, I guarantee you it is going to make such a big difference that you went through them, learned what you needed to learn, ended that cycle. It's going to make a difference in this new year. It really is going to make a big difference in this new year. I really do feel like 2020 is going to be an amazing, amazing year for a lot of us. I'm excited. I feel very excited. I'm so ready. I am so ready for change. I'm so ready to take the next steps on my journey and to let it all unravel. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen next. And because of all the work and all the changes and all the shifts that I've gone through this year, I really feel like I cleared a lot of karma. I let go of a lot of energy that was no longer serving me. And when you do that, the universe will reward you. Will reward you. All the good, all the things that are going to be coming up in 2020. You're going to have some challenges still, but I guarantee you're going to be so strong and standing in your power that you're going to overcome those challenges so much quicker than you may have in past years. It's been rough. The last 10 years have been a lot of stuff, a lot of transitions, a lot of transformations. So I'm excited to see what 2020 brings. I'm really excited to see what 2020 brings for us. So just know that today being the new moon and eclipse, perfect time for us to start listing the things that we want to see in 2020 and start listing the things that we no longer want to carry into 2020. And just openly be ready for whatever the universe is bringing to you. Trust and believe that the best is yet to come. All of those changes, all of those shifts that we went through, especially, and speaking for myself and my experience of 2019, has been the most intense self-discovery ever. But I feel like a brand new person. I feel light. I feel like I can take on whatever is put in my path. Any obstacles, I feel so empowered, and I feel like I really have stepped into a better version of who I am. And our journey here is really for us to become awakened. It's self-discovery. It's self-love. It's all of this amazing stuff that has to do with us. Because at the end of the day, the journey is about us. Those experiences are not us. Those were just lessons that we needed to learn to continue to allow our souls to evolve the way that they need to evolve in order for us to get to that place of connecting with our authentic selves. So, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Isabella. I am an intuitive empath and Reiki master and teacher and the owner of Reiki by Isabella. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, ciao, hola, konnichiwa. Love the way that sounds, konnichiwa. All hellos, hello and welcome to my channel. And for all of the people who have been watching and following me, thank you. And I welcome you back. So I wanted to just pull an affirmation card for today. Let's see what we're going to start with this reading. I am just ready for whatever Spirit wants me to talk about to come up. I have no idea what my topic is going to be about, or if there's even going to be a topic. They may just want me to pull cards for you guys. And if I start the channel, I start the channel. I'm just open to whatever I need to do for Spirit and for you guys, because you're so damn amazing. You're amazing. So let me pull an affirmation. I'm really shocked how this year is really closing out very quickly. Okay, Spirit. What's the affirmation for the collective for today, December 26th, the new moon and eclipse? I tell you, I had a hard time sleeping last night. A lot of times when there's moon energy, I always have a difficult time getting sleep. So hopefully tonight I'll crash and go right to sleep and wake up very invigorated and full of life and ready to take on the day tomorrow. Well, I did today anyway. It's a good day. It's a good day. And even if it's not a good day, say it's a good day. Just to lift your vibration a little bit. And I know that a lot of us had a rough time too during the holidays. You know, people missing loved ones that maybe passed on. Struggles. You know, Christmas is stressful. Finances, you know, you want everything to be perfect, and it's like, oh, now I got to spend money on this or that and the other thing. But then you know, a lot of us have been lonely on the holidays. But just know you're really not alone. We're always surrounded by Spirit and loved ones that have passed on. They're always around us, and especially on the holidays when we feel the loneliest. You know, they are there comforting us. Spirit is there comforting us. We have all of our allies around us. You know, when we go into a deep, dark place, you want to try to lift yourself up out of that darkness, as difficult as it may be. You know, and it could just be simply just lifting your vibration by changing something that you're doing something that you like to do, lifting your spirits with music. So there's those different things that you can do. But I know sometimes when we're in it, it's difficult to even think about wanting to do anything else, because takes so much energy. And we're using so much energy by putting ourselves in that lower vibration, because we really are. You know, when we're in our fears and when we're in our overthinking mode, the monkey mind is working, and we're thinking, and upset and fearful and all of these things. That stuff takes a lot of energy. It really depletes our life force energy. And in some cases, we may feel like we don't really want to do anything because we just don't have the energy to do it. Oh, that one just flew out. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Oh. That one just popped out. It just popped out. But look what it is. See? Gratitude. Gratitude. That's so important. Gratitude is so important. I give thanks for the blessings and miracles in my life today. I pass my appreciation on to others and embrace the divine for lighting my way. I'm telling you, when we're in a place of gratitude, even when things are difficult and we're just feeling so lost and confused, and even if we went through really, because again, 2019 and years prior to that, especially 2019, it's been difficult. It's been rough for a lot of people. I mean, I'll be the first to tell you, it's been a really rough year for me. It was definitely a year of a lot of changing, a lot of connecting to myself, leveling up, you know, tower moments that forced me to see things that I needed to release from my past, insecurities, family issues, so many things that I carried through life that held me back in a lot of ways. You know, the more that we can start to heal a lot of that stuff, the more space that we make now for all of the things that we really are supposed to be receiving, the more connected we become to ourselves. You know, it's been rough. I understand completely, because I was there right with you, going through the same exact thing as you guys. It wasn't easy. It was hard. It was hard. Even up to this point, still things that I'm dealing with have been really hard for me as well. But I look at it as I needed to go through them so that I can get to the next phase of my life. I had to recognize and acknowledge all of those things, experience the pain and all of the emotions that came up during that process, because I needed to do that in order to release it. You know, a lot of the stuff that we hold on to really does block us. It stops us from moving on. It keeps us in a stuck cycle. But we have to have the determination to really want to make those changes. And if we don't make those changes, what happens is, in this case with 2020, we carry it into 2020. And some people are ready to make changes and some people are not. You know, some people are forced to. But even sometimes, even if we're forced to, we have free will. We have free will. We can go through it, let's say like a tower moment, and get an understanding of something that we needed to see. The foundation that was crumbling, that there wasn't a foundation. We had to go through it. But sometimes, even when universe shakes our world up, we still do have free will. So we can take that moment, that shake up, and take what we learned from that, what came up for us that we needed to deal with, and heal it so that we don't carry it into the new cycle. Or we can choose, yeah, we're going to go through it. We're going to go through that tower moment. We're going to go through that dark night of the soul. But you end up going back to the same way again. And what's going to happen is just going to keep showing up. And you're going to keep getting shaken up. Until you do the work that you need to do. This whole time period, you know, this year, the last 6 months, last 7 months, has really been coming up for a reason. It's coming up because we need it and need to end an old way of being, an old way of believing. I believe, in my case, it was to continue to stand in my power, but to truly stand in my power, to know who I am, and to know that, and to have my voice. My voice needed to be heard, you know, when it came to standing up for myself. We deserve to be happy and loved, and we shouldn't let anyone take that away from us. And that's what this whole learning period and lessons were for. It was for us to come to that realization that we are more than what we show to the world. That we have a voice, and we should be able to use that voice to express what we need to express, regardless of how others will react, especially when it is you protecting yourself and standing up for yourself. And I'm not saying that we have to react in anger, because we shouldn't have to react in anger. We should be able to express what we need to express calmly. Calmly. When we can express things in a calm manner and become more of the observer in the situation, I think we can resolve the challenge a lot better. It's when we react in an emotional way, and sometimes we can't help ourselves, the emotions come through. But when that happens, we really don't get the full effect of what's being done or what we need to truly express, because those emotions are coming in and we're not getting the word out or expressing it the way that we should express it, because those emotions are stopping us. But I really do feel like this year has been a year of us learning to step in our power, for us learning to stand up for ourselves, for us to learn that we deserve the best, that we are worthy, to learn about self-love, to get rid of all of the old beliefs and conditioning and programming and start fresh and clean, even though we had to go through what we needed to go through. So just know it all happened to prepare you for what is about to be an amazing new cycle. I feel strongly that 22 is going to be an amazing new cycle for many of us, especially, like I said earlier, the ones who have really been doing the work to heal themselves, to release the past, to know that those experiences aren't who we are. We let them define who we are, but they're not who we are. We needed to learn those lessons so that our soul can continue to evolve. And as we become more and more aware of all of this stuff that's going on and why it's going on, I'm telling you, those lessons are going to get easier and easier as they keep appearing. And we will learn lessons to the day we die. And I've said this so many times, we're going to always be challenged. We're always going to be challenged with something different, a new lesson. But when you have gone through a transformation, or when you have finally got to a place of recognizing that a lot of these experiences are lessons for us, those lessons that are coming afterwards and moving forward are really going to be easier for us to deal with, because now we're going to be at a whole nother understanding of why everything happened and what the reason for it. I have to say, I've come through so many self-realizations and gone through so many things in my life from childhood on that I let stop me and kept me stuck and never got to show my truth or speak my truth or be in my truth because of fear of, you know, not being accepted or acknowledged, looking for that acknowledgement, looking for that acceptance. And sometimes when we're looking for that acceptance and that acknowledgement and that love, we will shut down a part of us, the true part of us, our authentic self, to fit in to what other people think and believe. We shut our voice down. We let people dictate what we're supposed to do for ourselves. We let people tell us this is how we're supposed to feel, and we're not supposed to feel that way. But no one can tell you how to feel. We have our own emotions. We have our own emotions and our own experiences. You only know how you feel, and no one has the right to tell you you have to feel this way or you have to feel that way, or you can't say this or you can't say that. That's when we lose ourselves. When we try to please other people and to fit into this little box that is going to please those people, because we're so much looking to be accepted and looking for that love, we lose ourselves. We truly lose ourselves. We start losing those fragments of our soul. And then we get to this place of just feeling sad and despair and like there's nothing better. Is this how it's going to be forever? But the universe is always showing us signs, and people are coming in and out of our lives to show us things. We just have to be awakened enough to see it and understand why. When I look back at all my experiences, and maybe at the time that I was going through those experiences, I wasn't completely aware of people and situations that were coming into my life and why they were there. And the things that we created ourselves because we put ourselves in this prison of, again, trying to be accepted, trying to be acknowledged, trying to be loved. We did and acted the way we thought was going to get us that attention and get us that acknowledgement and give us that love that we are searching for. But in essence, it really didn't. It just pulled us further and further away from who we truly are. And there's so many different versions of love. So many different ways of looking at love. Love is hard. There's dysfunctional love. But with love comes pain, and pain is good, even though it don't feel good, because pain helps us to open up our heart chakra, to feel deeply. And that's the whole purpose of us learning unconditional love. The pain shouldn't shut us down and maybe protect us temporarily, but the pain is going to help us to stretch open our heart to allow the real love to come in. You know, the love that you have for yourself. When you can truly love yourself, and that means when you stand in your power and you speak your truth, that's love for yourself. You're going to attract that into your life. When you block yourself and suppress all of your emotions, we're going to attract the same into our lives. We're going to attract that vibration, that frequency of where we are at the time we were at the time we are there. Wherever we are at that moment is what we're going to attract in our frequencies and vibrations. It just kind of lines up in that way. So when you could open up your heart, and that means you have to feel that pain, you have to acknowledge it, you have to allow yourself to go through it. You expand, you stretch your heart open. And when you stretch it, now more stuff is coming in, more love and loving frequencies and energy and connections that are in alignment with how you feel about yourself. You love yourself. You're standing in your power. You don't let nothing change you. You be true to yourself. You're going to attract it. You're going to attract more of the same into your life. But you have to be completely honest with yourself. You have to be completely truthful. You have to completely be able to express what you need to express about how you are truly feeling about something. You have to ask for what you want and need. And if it can't be given to you, then it's not time. Or that is not the right situation for you. And I know I'm rambling on and on and on. I don't even know what spirit is trying to get me to, what I'm channeling. Just rambling. I guess in essence what it is more about this whole transition, all of these energy shifts and all these things that we've been going through was done for us so that we can connect to our authentic selves and stand in our power and use our voice and express what we want and what we need, and not just do what everybody else wants us to do, or feel like what everybody else wants us to feel, or do what we think is going to keep us get accepted or acknowledged. It's about love. It's about unconditional love. It's so important. I know I'm just rambling on and on and on. Let me pull another card. My children, my beautiful boys, Michael and Joey, bought me this gorgeous deck of cards, and it is Whispers of Healing for Christmas. It was amazing. These are amazing cards. So I'm still kind of trying to connect to them energetically. But it was really nice to have my boys under the same roof every holiday. Whenever I see, I have a son, Michael, who lives in LA, and he comes home on the holidays. Well, Christmas more so. So I always look forward to having both of my boys under the same roof. And my son is an aspiring, my son Mike is an aspiring music producer. And the main purpose why he moved to LA, and he's so talented. He's so talented. He does have a link that if you want to check him out, it's Orno, O-R-N-O. That is his name. I'll leave a link on the bottom of the page if you want to go check out his music. And I feel like, I'm an intuitive empath, and a lot of times it's carried down from generation to generation. And a lot of times I feel in the female line, both my children, Michael and Joey, are very intuitive. They are intuitive empaths. And I've been teaching them about this stuff since they were old enough to understand. So they're kind of in sync. I mean, of course, they're going through their own lessons and challenges in life because they have to. But I think because they're more enlightened, even though they still have to go through their lessons, they're more enlightened. I think that they have a different perspective on how to look at things. And because I've always been their guidance in this area, intuitive area, I think it's helped them to just connect a little bit more to the divine and so forth. So my amazing boys, I love them being home and under the same roof. I'm totally enjoying them. But they bought me this amazing deck. And I'm going to pull a card for the collective. See what spirit wants to share with the collective. What does Spirit want you to do that's going to help you with your healing? So this is for the collective. Let's see what pops out. Wow, okay. So actually 2 cards wanted to pop out. Let's see what this one is. Ah, look at that. So the first card is, these are such pretty cards. So the first card from the Whispers of Healing by Angela Hartfield is 1. Listen to your body. Listen to your body. That is so important to know, because our body really talks to us. It really tells you things. It's just you have to be in tune to it. Like, you know, you might get those little inklings and little solar plexus pulls of if there's certain foods you're not supposed to be eating, or warnings, things to look at to protect yourself. When you're tired, you know, all of these different things. Our body really talks to us. It really wants us to take care of it. You have to listen to it. It really does have a lot to say. So listen to your body. Let me see. Let's try to get some clarity on it. A little bit more of an explanation. I tell you, even your body, it's like, you know, energetically. And I know in my case anyway, it really does tell me when I shouldn't be around a certain person who wants to protect me. I just get these feelings, and then this inner knowing, it just kind of comes out of nowhere. All right, so listen to your body. Your body is continually communicating with you. It lets you know when you are hungry or tired. Your body uses its cells to pass information to you. That's how we get a lot of our insight and our information. Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you allowing yourself to listen? Well, I'm going to tell you, if you're not listening, it will get your attention some way or other. I'll tell you that. I remember when my body was warning me over and over when I was eating foods that I knew I shouldn't be eating. And my mind was telling me, my body was telling me, you know, don't eat that, don't eat that, don't eat that. And what did I do? Continued to eat it. And it started to turn into all kinds of issues, stomach issues and so forth. So if you want to really listen, so if your body's telling you, don't do that, don't do it, because you'll have consequences to pay. And sometimes those consequences aren't very fun. They really aren't. But I guess that's how we're supposed to learn our lessons, right? Or not. Wherever you're at that moment in your life. So focus your attention on your body for several minutes. Now. Take notice of what is going on with it. Are your shoulders relaxed or tight? Does your stomach feel at ease? What else are you feeling? This is a great way of connecting to ourselves too. You know, when we can just take a couple of breaths and say, what am I feeling right now? What I'm feeling right now is my heart chakra just completely opened up wide. So I guess some love is coming out to you guys. It wants to come through. A lot of times when my heart chakra opens, it's love that's being sent out from the divine. Spirit works through me. Sometimes it's, you know, a loved one. I don't know who this message might be for. I'm not really sure if it's even a message. At this point, there's not really a message, but I keep hearing the name Grace. So I don't know if that name resonates with anybody, but there's a woman named Grace who's around me who has passed on. She's a little woman, dark hair, So anyway, she's here. She's sending love to someone. You know, if more information comes through, I'll tell you. But her name is Grace. She's a little woman. She's here. Okay. Take care of whatever you are sensing in your body, just as you would take care of a beloved friend. If you need to breathe deeply, eat something, take a momentary break, or anything else, please do so now. You may have developed a habit of allowing everything else to take precedence over your needs. So many people do that. It's just we keep ourselves so busy and so involved, and we're worried about everybody else and taking care of this and taking care of that, that we completely forget about ourselves. And like I was saying earlier, you know, we kind of lose ourselves. You know, we can really lose ourselves if we don't make ourselves a priority. And making ourselves a priority is not being selfish. It's really necessary to make ourselves a priority. We should become first before anybody else. Because when you're okay and you're in a good place with yourself, you're going to have so much more to give to others or to take care of situations, because you're taking care of yourself when you make yourself a priority. Whether that means eating correctly, taking a break, exercising, meditating, doing yoga, anything, dancing, whatever it is that you like to do for yourself that makes you happy and gives you some joy. It's so important for you to take that time and make that a priority, because you should be first. You should be first. Absolutely. So please know that when you make yourself a priority, it's not being selfish at all. It's actually, in essence, it's you giving unconditional love to yourself. You're filling yourself with love by doing that. So when you give yourself and you fuel yourself with that love, you have more love to give. You do. You have more love to give. When you love yourself, you have more love to give, because you're doing something for yourself. If you choose not to do anything for yourself, you will at some point eventually become very resentful. And that resentment can show itself in the exterior world, in your exterior world, whether you react to loved ones in a nasty, angry, resentful way, not intentionally, but because you've been holding on to this resentment, and not even sometimes on a conscious level even knowing that you're doing that, but you're holding on to that resentment, it's going to come out on the exterior, in your exterior world, because you feel like you're doing for everybody and not doing anything for yourself. And at some point you're going to get exhausted. When you get exhausted, it does come out in that way. It will come out in a negative way. And then when you lash out, then you feel bad, because that was not your intentions. It was just a buildup over time that you did not take that time to take care of yourself. So it's coming out in this way. So no, it is a priority, and you should make it a priority to love yourself first. Take care of you. Do things for yourself. And if you have such a busy schedule and you don't really have the time, take a couple of minutes, anything where you're going to give back to yourself in some way, so that it doesn't turn into resentment and anger. So important for you to do that. So, where did I leave off? Let me see. Okay. You may have developed a habit of allowing everything else to take precedence over your needs. Doing so disconnects you from your body. Yeah. And disconnecting from your body means disconnecting from yourself. And then what happens is, not only do we come out in resentment, if we do this continuously for a length of time, a long length of time, like I was saying earlier, we do lose ourselves. And that's where I get a lot of people when they come to me, they're at that point where they feel lost. They feel like, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. There's got to be something more here. And it's because you're really not listening to your body, listening to yourself, doing things for yourself. We already know what it is that we want to do or where we want to go. It's the fear most of the time that stops us from moving forward. Okay, so let's read a little bit. If you look at the picture, I'll tell you a little bit about what it says about some of the detail in this picture. A dragon sits on the back of a blue-haired maiden as if whispering in her ear. The dragon signifies success in your endeavors. It brings messages of luck, abundance, self-confidence, and perseverance. It asks you to remain patient, to step back, and to observe what your body is conveying to you. A star shoots across the sky, reminding you that magic is merely a wish away. Be more loving to yourself by listening to what your body is telling you. This is essential. The charm dangling from the maiden's hand activates innate knowledge. The blue hues remind you to be gentle, calm, and peaceful as you strengthen your connection with your body. Beautiful, right? That's all it is. Just checking in, seeing what you're feeling, listening to what your body is telling you. You know, it may come out in a physical way. It may come out in a whisper in your ear. It may come out as a thought in your mind. So many different ways. But you're not going to know unless you tap into it. The other card that popped out is, and this kind of goes hand in hand with that, because really when we make these changes and we do the things that we're supposed to be doing, and we listen to our bodies, and we listen to our guidance around us, it's when we become aware. Awareness. So let's read what they have to share with us. Awareness. It's a beautiful picture. All right, my darlings. Awareness. No matter what is happening in your life right now, spirituality can assist you in making sense of what is going on. It can help you find perspective or give meaning to your purpose. How aware are you of your spiritual well-being? When you are facing a crisis, having a strong spiritual foundation is valuable. Knowing there is a bigger picture that is yet to be revealed can bring you support and comfort. The ability to pray, meditate, or visualize during a difficult situation will ease your mind and assist you through it. Spirituality means different things for different people, and it does. What does it mean to you? Developing a deeper connection to your spirituality in a healthy manner can help you respond to life with resilience and optimism. Definitely. Not all spiritual philosophies or practices will resonate with you. While you are developing your spirituality, it is important that you stay true to what feels right for you, right? This is, again, listening to your body, listening to your inner guidance, listening to what is being shown to you, paying attention to what is going on with you. That To me, spirituality is connecting with your authentic self. It's you. You are the spirituality. So when you do all of these things to help yourself, you're creating that spirituality because you are connecting to your true, authentic self. It's not a... It's free. It's you. It's you connecting to yourself. That is what I feel spirituality is. It's not a religion in my eyes. It's not a group beliefs. It's a belief, but it's a belief in yourself. Again, this is my way of explaining what spirituality means to me. To me, spirituality means believing in myself, believing in who I am, believing in what I am learning, and believing that my soul is evolving through all of my experiences. Spirituality to me is becoming awakened to who you truly are. True essence, your authentic self. That is my description of what spirituality means to me. It means different things to different people. But to me, it means believing in myself, believing in my experiences, believing that I am a divine being. It's believing in me. It's believing in me. Again, that's that's the way I feel and think of what spirituality is. It's my description. All right, my darlings. Okay, let's go back to this. Developing a deeper connection to your spirituality in a healthy manner can help you respond to life with resilience and optimism. Not all spiritual philosophies or practices will resonate with you. I think I read that already. While you are developing your spirituality, it is important that you stay true to what feels right for you and connect to your spiritual self and ask for the guidance that you need. The Nautilus is said to reveal the inner beauty of the soul. This Nautilus holds an infant, indicating progress in a spiritual journey. The pool of water below the Nautilus signifies the healing water of life. The rainbow is the promise of divine connection that is open to everyone. A tree of life reaches into the heavens with a message of continuity and strength for the soul that resides within you. Many of the symbols in this artwork speak of your ability to connect to your higher self to enhance your well-being. Here you have it. There you have it. Awareness. Awareness. And I'm going to tell you, you become so much more aware every time you go through an experience and every time you learn a lesson. You really do become more aware. Clarity sets in. This inner knowing, this inner strength. This need to want to connect to you, your truth of who you are. That awareness is going to bring you to that place of your soul evolving. It's going to the awareness is going to bring you into awakening and remembering who you are. Who are you, you beautiful thing? You're amazing. But who are you truly? And that's what we are in search of and is part of this journey of life. learning who we are, standing in our power, speaking our truth, being true to who we are, awakening to who we truly are. That is what awareness is going to do for you. So take notice of all of that. Have gratitude for all of the experiences that you've gone through, the good and the bad. Be grateful for the people who have come in and out of your life, good and bad. Each one has taught you something about yourself. Each lesson has brought you closer and closer to awakening to who you are. We're going to get to that place of being in total alignment with who we are and awaken to who we are when we learn about who we are. And in order for us to learn and remember who we are, we have to go through those experiences. So instead of resisting them, allow us to embrace them and know that they are teaching us something about ourselves, people, situations, circumstances. You're awakening and becoming your authentic self. Wow, that was pretty profound, wasn't it? It just channeled it all. I hope it makes sense. I've been rambling on. I don't even know what I said. I hope that I got my point across to you. I hope that you understand. You know, at the end of the day, just know that you have to love yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to respect yourself. You have to embrace all of your lessons and your experiences. Don't hold grudges. You know, let go of all of that stuff. And the things that served you will continue to serve you. You learn something. You learn something. Don't beat yourself up if, you know, you go through a situation that you feel like, how come I didn't know any better? You know, you had to learn. You had to learn. It's all part of the experience, my darlings. So don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about the things that happen in your life. Don't beat yourself up if you thought one thing and it was completely something else. Don't do that to yourself. Because again, that's how you learn who you are. That's how you learn who you are. I have to tell you, the biggest lessons for me, I feel, especially in this year, 2019, has been a very rude awakening. I don't even want to say rude, but an amazing awakening of learning who I am, learning to use my voice, speak my truth, express what I need to express clearly, not hold grudges, not be angry, not be mad, but just know that I had to go through it in order for me to get to this place that I am right now, present day, and that is standing in my power. And all of those lessons that I went through, hard and the easy. Well, none of them are really easy, but the good and the bad, let's put it that way, have really led me into connecting to who I truly am. And I know it's all part of what my purpose is. There's a bigger picture. All of that stuff is just illusions and things that we create in our minds. But I see the bigger picture. I see the masks that people wear. I can see through it. The illusions. And all of it happened so I can be here right now, at this moment, standing tall, standing proud, in my power, knowing I've done everything that I can possibly do, and I know there's more to come and more to learn. But the difference is all those that are more to come that I need to learn and grow from, I'm welcoming it. I'm not resisting it, because I know and have this deeper knowing and understanding that it is all happening for me to evolve my soul. I've also known that this is my last life here. I've lived many, many lives, but I know this is my last life here. So even more so, the work that I do as a healer and light worker and my intuitive gifts are increasing and becoming more heightened, because I really am supposed to help many people get to the place that I'm at right now. And I have still a lot more to learn and a lot more to go through. But like I said, I'm open to it. I'm not afraid of it. And that's what I want to teach people. I want to help people awaken to who they truly are. To remember who they are. To teach them that our experiences, our conditioning, our beliefs is not who we are. They're illusions. Other people's illusions. Other people's beliefs. Carried down from generation to generation again. And back in those days, they didn't really have the knowledge that we have now. Or we're able to speak freely about it. You know, you'd get burnt at the stake for speaking about spirituality or doing any kind of, you know, healing work or, you know, magic or whatever it is. We, you know, back then, you had to conceal all of that stuff. That's one of my past lives, if I remember correctly, one of my past lives was, well, actually a few of them, was where I had to shut myself down to conform to society that I was living in at the time, whether it was religious. I've always had in all my lifetimes, that's spirituality, that intuition, those gifts in all those lives, but I had to shut all of that down to conform to whatever society I was in, whatever religious group I was in. So I was never entirely able to be who I was. And I have to say that's been a big realization in this lifetime, and why I've gone through all of the things that I went through, because I had to close and clear and heal those cycles, the lives where I couldn't be who I truly was. And even in this lifetime, I had to shut down my truth, you know, my abilities, my intuition, my guidance, because I was afraid that people will look at me as if I was crazy. I wouldn't be accepted or appreciated. So that was carried to this lifetime from my past lives, because I had to shut down all of that stuff, and I could never be truly who I was. So I had to go through all of the things that I went through to clear that karma, to clear those cycles, end those cycles from my past lives. And I love past lives. I just feel so strongly that past lives really do have a lot to do with how we are. We bring a lot of our fears and phobias and insecurities and experiences from our past lives into our present lives. We don't even realize it. You know, there's been people, and I've had people in my sessions who, you know, who don't speak because maybe in a past life you weren't allowed to speak, or you would get beheaded. You know, we carry that energetically in our cells and our DNA into this lifetime. So not knowing it consciously, subconsciously, is buried in our cell memory. And we don't speak because we're still carrying that energy from those past lives. And like I said, a lot of my past lives, I had to conform to society and religious beliefs and groups and so forth. And I was never fully allowed to be who I truly was. So what I find, and I get so many intuitive people who come to me, the ones who come to me are very disconnected because they've shut that part of them down. We all are intuitive. It's just some people are more advanced than others, right? But what I find through my experiences is when you shut down the intuitive gifts, that part of who you are, because it is part of who you are, you shut yourself down. And I feel like so many people are in this stuck place and feeling lost and feeling like there's more because they've never embraced fully all of who they are. And being gifted and intuitive, you have to acknowledge all of that, or you are half a person, you know, in a sense. It's like you're not yourself completely because you're shutting down this part of you, you know, to conform to society and not to let people think you're crazy or whatever the case may be. But this is a lesson in itself to teach you that you have to be truthful 100% to who you are. And you cannot worry about what other people think, okay? I mean, you know, within reason, you don't want to go out telling people, you know, things about them that, you know, well, you know, unless you feel like it's, you know, the right thing, you know. But I find with spirit, because I'm so connected, is if there's something that I need to say to someone about somebody, a message that comes through, they will keep picking at me until I say it. So, and most of the time, when I do say it, that person needs to hear that message, and it helps them. It helps them in their healing. So I know when I'm being pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed to do certain things through spirit for people, to tell people, it's because that person needs to hear that message. But again, we have free will. So what you do with that information is completely up to you. So I don't want to continue going on and on and on because I can't believe it's already, I've been on here an hour. Wow, that's a long video. That's long. But I hope that it helps you, and I hope that, you know, some of the messages that came through were helpful to you in some way. So I just want to pull one more positive vibe card, and then I need to go and see my baby, spend time with my baby before he leaves. He's going back to LA tomorrow. But I want you to listen to his music. You know, he's a healer. And I feel like his music that he's creating, and even my younger son, who also is getting into music, is his gift to the world in helping people heal. And I think he's going to help people heal through his music. And he's just starting off, but I just feel like he's going to do amazing things with his music, and it's going to help and touch so many people. My throat chakra. All right. Let me see what I want to leave you with. A nice affirmation for my lovely, beautiful people. You ready for this new year? You ready for 2020? Are you ready? It's going to be good. Don't fear it. Welcome it. Embrace it. Alrighty. Okay. I possessed within me an endless reservoir of feel-good self-healing methods. Yes, look. Isn't that beautiful? It all lies within you. You have the power to control and create. I don't like to use the word control, but you have the power to create the world that you want. You have to just reach within yourself and know everything that you're going through, good and bad, is really preparing you for the bigger picture, for the awakening, for the connection to your authentic self, to who you are. You just can't give up, and you have to be willing to make the changes. You know, free will. You have free will, so you have the choice of doing it or not. You have that power, my people, my beautiful people. You, and only you, have the power to make the changes that you need to make. So as the year slowly comes, well, I don't want to say slowly, no, that's not it. As the year quickly comes to an end, I want you to reflect back on all that you have accomplished in your life, all of the lessons that you've learned, all of the experiences that you've gone through, all of the people who have come in and out of your life, who has added to you, taught you something. I want you to be grateful for it. I want you to be grateful for it. I don't want you to stay in that low vibration if it was bad experiences that you went through, or be in that victim mentality, because we have the power to rise above all that we've gone through that hurt us. We ourselves have the power to rise above. I'm going to say that again. We have the power to rise above all of those experiences that kept us in a lower vibration. So we have the power to either let those experiences keep us in that low vibration victim mentality and never change or evolve, or we can take those experiences and let them help us grow and evolve and rise above. You and only you have the power to change that. No one else. No one else can do that for you but yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to care about yourself enough to rise above all of it, to stand in your power, to become your authentic self, to use your voice, stand for your truth, and remember how powerful you really are and how much strength you really have. Remember who you are and stand in that power. Love you guys. Have an amazing day and remainder of this year. Use that energy to help you grow. Put an end to the old energy, the old cycles that are no longer serving you. Don't fear it. And be ready to trust and allow the universe to help you release all of that stuff so that you can step into this new cycle, a brand new person, a brand new life that you want to create for yourself. By taking all of those experiences and lessons that you went through, using that information and those lessons to know now what you want and what you don't want. Apply it to create the new life that you truly do want and deserve and desire. You have the power. Only you. And you can do it. Love you guys. Have an amazing evening.